Today's a big one. Today I had some downloads that I didn't expect. It was absolutely an amazing set of events. Just to show you, when the student is ready, the teacher definitely appears, and that's what's happening to me. I was kind of treading water for a while, and I was kind of caught in the same concepts, not really. And I don't want to come here and kind of do what other people are doing. Oh, what would you like me to? I don't entertain this kind of concept. What would you want me to make videos about? Okay, either you get your inspiration or you don't. Either you've got something to do videos about. It's like opening a shop with nothing in it and just walking the passers-by. I know that that's called some sort of marketing, but it doesn't always work, because it's just like on with the menu on in a restaurant. Unless it was on the menu, you probably wouldn't have not thought about it. So it's absurd for so-called creators to ask people, what would you like me to talk about? First of all, people don't know what they want. If they knew what they want, they would not be consumers, they would be producers. Yeah, but anyway, so I was where do I even start? Fuck, I made so many notes. First of all, I was musing the concept, are you guilty and should you be punished for things you don't know they're wrong? This is how this society seems to be working. So once our awakening is happening, we kind of feel that, oh my God, that's a lie, and that's a lie, and that's meant to trap us, and that's meant to keep us down, and so on. But check this out. If you caught your kid sleepwalking, and you realize the kid is sleepwalking and is not answering to you coherently or consciously, and you're realizing he's about to jump out the window because he thinks he's going to the toilet, or he thinks he's going in a park or whatever, what would you do with the sleepwalker? You would hold it, guide it, and coerce it back into bed, or wake him up, or whatever is safe at the moment. Now, think of every single time you had an awakening. It's like a veil was lifted. It's like you woke up. So, are you safe to be left to your own devices as a sleepwalker? And just think of your own awakening. Don't look around at who's an NPC and whatnot. Just think what you were before you found out what you found out, and before you woke up. And realize that you were a sleepwalker, and realize as a sleepwalker, if there was no safety of the system, no safety of jobs, no safety of cities, law enforcement, etc., etc. Now, we could sit and argue, yeah, but they keep us as sleepwalkers because they don't educate us and so on, and therefore we know very little and we're punished for what we don't know, right? That would be the next logical conclusion. But I'll riddle you this. Again, let's say you take your kid, and your kid is coming home from school with some indoctrination you're not very happy about. And you tell your child that's not yet ready to process the world and wants to have friends and be popular at school, and you tell your child everything that you learned at school is wrong. They're lying to you about the globe. They're lying to you about this. They're lying to you about gender. They're lying to you about this. That's not right. That's not right. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't wear a mask. You shouldn't do this. And you want to hold your child. You want to tell your child everything that you know. let's say that child accepts everything you tell them. How is that child gonna be able to participate in the system after that, in the school after that? The child has two options here: to believe you or to believe it's his or her indoctrinators. And because children want to be popular and their friends are at school, you're not their friend, you're their parent, chances are, exactly like it happened in China during Mao's reign of terror, the youth turned against their elders, and it is the youth that killed their elders and destroyed and recreated a new society in China. They stood by the party, they didn't stay by their elders. And this is the thing. So then what do? You end up, to save your kid and to let him function, you end up not telling him what you know. Because I know I used to ask my grandparents a number of things, and they would literally look at me with a blank stare and not answer anything. Is that right or wrong? Well, how can you go, how can a sovereign being spoon-fed to sovereignty? It reminds me again of that story where my ex-boyfriend was jumping on the bed saying, "Let me be the boss." If you ask to be the boss, you can't be. So you see someone's stature, stand, and confidence, you can't take it from them. You can just create your own. Sovereignty and secrets and finding everything out cannot be spoon-fed. That's why the biggest masters, you have to go and search for them. They don't just throw pearls before swine. You have to be worthy to know, and you have to be ready to learn, because every bit of learning is just a recognition of a truth. It's just a confirmation of a truth. So sovereignty cannot be taught. So we are held like sleepwalkers because we are sleepwalkers. And as we wake up, it is our personal journey and duty to find the next master. And that's why I don't understand people that don't outgrow their guru. And that's why cults can never work. Because eventually, if you have two brain cells to rub together, you're supposed to outgrow your teacher. If not, he didn't teach you anything. And plus, teachers teach that which they need to learn. This is why I'm doing this. It's stuff that I'm learning and I want to remember. So I'm speaking it out because I'm expressing it. I'm making it solid. I'm letting it flow out, everything that I've learned. Because knowledge is power. Knowledge. Sorry, James True. I love him. He's the most brilliant mind, James True. I follow him for a long while now, a few years. And he's literally brilliant. But he keeps saying, no, you believe what you think you know. But he says it with such authority. He's not realizing that he himself is knowing what he's saying. But he keeps saying, no. Nobody knows anything. You just believe shit and that's it. You just insist upon what you believe. No. Knowledge is power, not belief is power. And what is power? Power is currency, power is energy. And power structures literally your body from inside out, gives you life, and is knowledge. So when the code to the vid happened, I knew. I didn't believe. I knew beyond any shadow of a doubt what the whole thing was. I knew it. From December, when the words started to float around and everything, I was like, oh, what a pile of shit. And I knew it. I just knew it. I recognized it straight away that nothing was making sense and what they're saying is not as it is. It was not a belief. It came to me as an absolute knowing, and there was no, I wasn't it didn't interest me to convince. There was no debate, no discussion. There was no counter argument that you could have brought to me to shake my knowing. And from that, I generated my power. Because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, not belief. And this was the ultimate thing. And I heard this diction, this what you call it, proverb, whatever, the saying, knowledge is power, for how long? But I never heard it like I heard it today. And I'm like, fuck me, that's right. Knowledge is power, not belief. So dear James True, knowledge and your power and your status in yourself and your charm and your capacity to, I know he's not gonna, but I'm just putting it in the ether so he can feel it. Knowledge is power, not belief. Anyway, and how can you spoon feed sovereignty? You can't. That's why you don't find kings and queens at the age of toddlers, yeah? Because they may believe they're queens and kings, but you have to become it. And you have to go a long way to recognize certain truths, and you have to find your next teacher, and you have to be ready for their teaching and their next thing. And so I've gone on too many. Oh my God. Because today I literally recorded, I had so much overflowing. Like I saw this guy with archaics and with I saw a couple of videos, of more than a couple, but anyway, and I was just like overwhelmed by information, and I've made so many notes. And so this was the first one. So I'm gonna do a couple of short videos because I'm gonna literally have to. So this was how can I say, a preview on what I want to talk about, because I'm gonna take each of the topics that I brought up here and I'm gonna expand on them. So I'll be right back.